the next one up we have is Supergirl, Woman of
Oh,
Tomorrow, which is super, super exciting here. This is a film. Let me go and bring up that image again if I have it up. Just to make sure I'm showcasing this off. Let's see. Apologies. Here we go. Boom. It is right there down in the second row in the middle. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Not an official logo, but it's right there. No official release date for the film just yet. Expect it in 26 or 27. And this movie, the title is actually a comic book run. It is a comic book run. And it's based off of Tom King's comic book run of the same name from 2021 and 2022. Tom King is in the writer's room for the DCU. And it features Superman's cousin Kara Zor-El, and Gunn explained it's a very different type of Supergirl. And he goes on to say, we see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the time he's an infant, versus Supergirl, who was raised on a rock chip off of Krypton and watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life. Gunn calls this Supergirl much more hardcore, though King's series also involves Krypto, the Superdog. This is interesting. So this is one of the projects that is actually named after something specifically. And this is the one that everyone is really talking about because you actually have a story to go off of. Like, we can talk about this in full if they are to base it off of that comic. Obviously, things can change, etc. But there is no word if the Supergirl from The Flash will carry over. More than likely, you'll probably end up seeing a recast of the character for Supergirl. Things could obviously be different. But I'm all for it. I think Supergirl is a very rich character. She is very interesting. She is so vastly different from Superman. I've loved the character for a long time. I was obviously introduced to her through Smallville. Laura Vandervoort played her for a number of seasons on that show. And then we got Melissa Benoist's character on the CW, which I thought was fantastic as well.
Which I still loved her as Supergirl.
Agreed.
She was great.
I agree. And I can't wait to see what happens. I really can. I think it's very interesting that they're going off of a comic run that was just in the last 2 years.
That's crazy.
So I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
To be honest.
Yeah, I'm all for
it. I love this. Yeah, because first of all, they're not only treating Superman with respect and how he should be treated, they're also treating Supergirl with that same respect. Like, how many movies were announced? There's 5 movies announced, right? In their chapter 1. Mm-hmm. One of them is a Superman movie. One of them is a Supergirl movie. And that's big. And I love that. And he's right. Like, she was already like a teenager, right? Or a grown woman when Superman was shipped off to Krypton as a baby. Like, she knew him as a baby. Like, so imagine, like, you go and then you end up on Earth too, and your cousin's all grown up. And it's like, it's such an interesting story. So I can't wait to see this. I'm so glad she's getting a film, like a theatrical film.
I agree.
Great.
I agree. And from what I understand, the story, she's helping out. Actually, I think I pulled it up. Here we go. This is the synopsis from Woman of Tomorrow. An alien girl seeks her out for a vicious mission. Her world has been destroyed, and the bad guys responsible are still out there. She wants revenge, and if Supergirl doesn't help her, she'll do it herself, whatever the cost.
Nice.
So it sounds like it's taking place out in space.
Yeah.
Everything in space.
Well, yeah, it sounds
like Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first heard the word Supergirl come out of my mouth, I was pissed because I was like, dude, you're just setting up Superman. Like, we're already getting another super person. Then I heard how she's kind of jaded and living in space and then I went, oh, like,
yeah, it's not the same story.
That. Like, I was very much like, okay, like, this is gonna be cool. So I love the spin on, like, because I was like, that was my biggest thing. I was like, you're already gonna set up 2 super people in this world, but she isn't like necessarily like sounds like the best of super people. So yes, please.